Hey guys, welcome to the Hey DJ Show. I'm your host, DJ Jimenez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're over on YouTube, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe for more content. Remember, you can catch this podcast on the go wherever you get your podcasts. And do consider following me on every social media platform at Hey DJ Show. With all that boring stuff out of the way, I'm really happy to introduce my next guest, Gyu. Gyu, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. So I know it's been hard to get you on the show. You're one busy dude. I'm one busy dude. We've been battling since like the summer trying to get
it's been
you
a
on.
while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But man, hey, it's an honor to have you on finally.
I
so
appreciate it. I'm glad to be on here.
All right, man. Hope you're gonna have fun, man.
Yeah.
Let's get started. For those who don't know, Gyu, he's an up and coming DJ in the Metro Atlanta area. He's really good. I just started getting into EDM, like maybe less than a year now.
Okay.
And so I've been going to my cousin to support him and listening to his music and other people play it. I started getting into it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, so what got you started into becoming a DJ?
Well, I always like music was a big part of me since I was a kid.
Mhm.
I grew up playing piano and violin since I was like 4 or 5.
Nice.
And so I've been doing that until like senior year of high school. And then going into college was when I went to like my first like real like festival. It was a Shaky Beats in 2018.
Nice.
And so before that, I grew up on, hip hop like Eminem, all like that type of music.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really huge into the EDM world or like electronic. But after that first festival, like everything kind of just changed for me. Like, seeing the DJ up there, I didn't know what a DJ was almost, honestly.
Yeah.
Until that point, I didn't know what he was doing up there, but I wanted to be him, like that guy up there, making the whole crowd dance.
Yeah.
The energy at a music festival, especially in like the electronic music field, is just totally different.
It is, yeah.
It's just like the feeling is just amazing. And so after that first music festival, I bought my first controller.
And is that the scratch board?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. It was
Okay.
it was a small one. It was the DDJ 400.
Mhm.
So it was a very beginner one. So I kind of messed around with that for a little bit and didn't really take it too seriously. But when COVID hit, that's when I got like sent out of my job on furlough. Everything shut down.
Yeah.
And so that's when I pretty much just like dumped all my money into a new board, into a 4-channel. And I really just started grinding on it because there's nothing else to do when you're just stuck at home.
Yeah, right.
During quarantine, you're just sitting there either I'm watching Netflix. I mean, you could either watch Netflix or play games or try doing something productive.
Yeah, that was me because I work in the restaurant industry and it was before I went to school. So literally it was just video games, Netflix,
Right.
day in and day out. And my old roommate at the time, I took a nap in the middle of the day. And he was like taking a break from games. And I was like, no, Netflix. Like games is later on the schedule.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of how it went. And then in like around July of last year was when I moved back to Atlanta, because I
where
kind of
from?
missed the city. Sorry?
Oh, where from? Sorry.
Oh, so I'm here for school in Atlanta, but then when COVID hit, I went back to Chattanooga.
Okay.
Because that's where I pretty much was raised there, and so
Oh,
I got a
nice.
lot of family and friends out there, and so I was out there for a couple months. But then it like I don't know, I was going crazy out there. There's nothing there,
Yeah.
so I had to move. I really just brought myself back to Atlanta, and I kept grinding, and then finally got my first gig. Shout out Twisted Lines for that.
Hey.
Always thankful for them. And so I don't know, the ball's just been rolling since. And
Good.
so
I'm
just
happy
keeping the
for you,
grind
man.
up.
So you say you're in school. What school you go to?
I go to SCAD.
Oh, SCAD,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
Mhm,
Like one of my best friends who is like my day zero of the show, like he helped me.
mhm.
He made like half the logo. He went to SCAD. He went for film and television.
Oh, that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
So you liking it in SCAD?
Yeah, it's nice.
Alright.
It's a very creative environment.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
perfect for what you do and all that.
exactly. It's funny because I'm not even there for music. I'm there for fashion marketing and
Oh,
management.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Well, no, see, that's actually good though, because in my opinion, I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not. Yeah, I think it's good to like go to school for like a skill or whatever, like something different than what you actually want to do, because that way you're a jack of all trades. Like,
Right. You're
and
not putting
stuff.
all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool, especially because like because I know both music and fashion and marketing, it's a both competitive field.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having something that separates you from the rest, I think it's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's good. You talked about how you got a controller, you got a starter one, and then you upgrade it to something 4-channel. And I'm guessing, since I'm not super tech savvy with music, I'm guessing that's like some of that's like upper level tier.
Yeah, it's definitely a little more advanced.
Mhm.
So with the beginner board, it's a 2-channel, so you can only really play with like 2 songs at once.
Oh, okay.
But then kind of outgrew that, and I wanted a 4-channel. So with the 4-channel, you can actually play with like 4 songs at once now. And so
Dang.
you can like have one playing a loop while another one's playing a vocal, and then throw another track on.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot more flexible, and then there's a lot more options and effects. But currently I'm actually saving up to upgrade again. So
Oh, how
yeah.
many channels on this one?
Oh no, it'll be a 4-channel, but
Okay.
I'm trying to go into like the CDJs or XDJs.
See, I've heard those terms. I just don't know what they mean.
No, you're good. Those are pretty much like the like industry standard. So
Okay,
you'll
good.
see those at the clubs.
Okay.
Those are what we usually play on at like Twisted Lines and Parallax.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, because I remember the one where I met you Sundays. Like when my cousin went up, like he was the first one to play, and then you came right after him. I, being ignorant of the industry, I thought you bring your own board, and then like
Right.
after the show you unplug it, and
Right,
then you
right.
bring in your board, you plug
Uh-huh.
that in. And I remember you came right next to him, like close to when he was finishing up, and then the moment he was done, he just walked out. Then you started playing, and it was so seamless. And it took me a second. I was like, "Oh, you guys don't have to bring your own boards." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's good."
Yeah.
And then he was explaining to me that that's why it's good to try to upgrade to the industry standard.
Yeah.
That way, when you go to a club, you're not like, "Crap, I don't know how to use this."
Exactly. Yeah. So like that's definitely why I'm trying to upgrade, because
Mhm.
then once you're used to the format that's up on stage, then it cuts out that much room for error,
Yeah.
I guess. Because I remember my first gig I ever played, like I went up there and that controller looked totally different than the one
Oh
I've been playing
no.
on. And so that was just like, just a little crazy for me,
Yeah.
especially with like that first time performing anxiety
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Did you
So
show it though? Like, did you
I
show it, or you
I,
compose on the outside, but
I
inside you
tried
were
to keep it
freaking out?
composed. I'm not sure, but as a DJ, I mean, that's something I learned is, like you always like there's always something you learn after every show,
Mm-hmm.
And so after that shows where I really was like, dude, like I need to like focus on, learning the more, like more advanced boards,
Mm-hmm.
just
No,
learning
that makes sense.
different things, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I can see that. It's same with the podcast, because you're like my 23rd guest, and I'm still learning. After every show, I'm still learning. I'm not making huge mistakes anymore, which thank God. Because like in a way, that's why I'm kind of glad that I'm interviewing you now versus in the summer. Because when I was in the midway, I messed up on one of my best, who made the mug, his audio, and it was like my biggest mess up,
Oh
and I
no.
felt so bad. And I mean, he was my buddy, so he understood. But I'm trying to get to the point where I'm like, all right, like either little mistakes or no mistakes.
Right.
But you're right. After every show, after every interview, you got to learn something.
Yeah. You got to always get something out of it. There's
Yeah.
always room for improvement.
Yeah, there's always room for an improvement. You're not perfect, and it feels good when you actually learn something
Mhm.
and you're progressing towards something. It feels
Definitely.
good.
Definitely. You feel more confident as you go too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then like you're able to teach somebody. So if somebody came up to you for like some advice, or
Right.
and you actually feel confident in knowing the answer you gave them holds some weight,
Right.
Yeah. So again, me being a rookie in EDM and all that, so I heard you play, and honestly, dude, I'm not just saying this, you were fantastic.
I
It
appreciate
got
it.
me so real quick, let me tell you like a funny thing. Like, ignorant me, but I'm glad to like take it back. when I first started listening to EDM, like when my cousin would play it, like this was years ago, I thought it was trash because
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in orchestra, like playing the double bass and
Oh,
cello.
okay.
And so I was really into rock music, classical music, jazz. I didn't really like hip hop because I liked the lyrical part, but I didn't like the beats part because I just thought, oh, it's the same beat on a loop over and over
I
again.
see.
Like the rapping, that's skill, but the music making part, I'm like, that's not skill. So I appreciated instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And then when EDM came out, I was like, okay, that's totally not skill. You're just in front of a computer, like Skrillex and stuff. I was like, this is trash. Dubstep. I was like, man, this is not my music. I don't see how people can like it. Fast forward to when my cousin really started playing, and you said it perfectly with the 4 channels. With 2 channels, you're only mixing with 2
Mm-hmm.
songs. I realized how, because most of the time DJs aren't using music of their own. They're using like other music and
Right.
they're looping it. That's when I realized, especially with 4 channels, that okay, I was way wrong. That is skill, because how quickly it is to make like 4 songs, 4 different sounds, and have it not match and have it just sound like trash.
Mm-hmm.
I realize it does take skill.
Yeah.
Especially when it's on a loop, to get people to like bob their heads and to
Right.
enjoy the music, to keep that going and to change it up every now and then, and to make sure that these 4 sounds actually coexist within each
Right.
other.
And make it sound like one song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I was a freaking idiot. Never mind. It is skill. So yeah, more power to you. You, however, I want I want to know what the title of your style is, because to me, I was talking to my cousin about it when you were on stage, and I was like, is that like? I think he said like future style or whatever, and I was just like, I don't know what it is, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would label myself as mainly a house and techno DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more house.
More
But
house.
within house, there's different like subgenres within
Yeah,
house.
it's an umbrella.
And so I think at the Sundays one, I played a little more like, it was more like relaxed, and then I brought it up to a little more like bass house
Mm-hmm.
there. But I definitely like more and nowadays I mainly focus on like tech house and a little more like upbeat,
Mm-hmm.
with a very hard bass line,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like Eli Brown, John Summit. Those are some of the big artists that I like to follow
Mm-hmm.
and have a role model
Are they
for.
the ones that kind of inspired you?
Inspiration wise, Chami was the first one that really exposed me to house music.
Mm-hmm.
That was at EDC 2018.
Nice.
I feel like I never really knew what house music was until I walked up to that random stage, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I found out this guy named Chami, and from there it kind of just went on. But
Mm-hmm.
right now is definitely like Eli Brown and John Summit. Those are huge inspirations right now for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like, how do you besides the common general that you listen to a song, listen to a sound, and you're like, I like that. How do you you as an individual, how do you, when making music, how do you uh for your standards find that sound, like, okay, this is the one I'm going to play at a club. Nah, this one's not good.
Well, I definitely like to separate my music into like energy levels, I kind of call it,
Mm-hmm.
So like at the beginning of my sets, I like to play more like less energy and then like build it up, because it's better than like just throwing some crazy stuff at the beginning and then slowing it down. It's kind of a letdown. So
Yeah, I
I
agree.
definitely, when I'm, picking my playlists at home and like setting it up, I just kind of just think about it, while I'm listening to it, and just think if people would dance to it in the club.
Yeah.
And if it's a no, then it's probably not the song I will play, like it's got to sound good in the club.
Yeah, but how do you do it then? Like, so like, say you're at your apartment right
Mm-hmm.
now, uh do you get your friends to sample first before you bring it to a club? Like, how do you cycle through? How do you
Cycle
filter it
through it.
or
Definitely
filter
just
out? Like, what makes the cut? What doesn't make the
what
cut?
make honestly, it's like I definitely handpick them, but then I do have a lot of friends that are into the same music
Mm-hmm.
as me, and so they're always over at my house,
Yeah.
and I'm always DJing for them and stuff, and so I definitely take consideration of their reaction to the song as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there I go on, and obviously I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching people's sets, like, top DJ sets that I look up to.
Yeah.
And, and see what they're playing, see what the trend is.
Nice.
Obviously I'm not trying to like
Copy them.
copy,
Yeah.
you want to be a little different than what everyone else is doing. Definitely. So, and then obviously, like, as more as you play at the clubs and live, you kind of get an idea of which songs are the big hitters, based off the crowd, and you see their reaction. And so it's just I think it's just a process.
Yeah, I feel that. Your friends aren't like, like, are you trying to tell your friends, it's like, hey, listen, if it's crap, you need to tell me if it's crap.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're not
sure.
just like, oh, since we're your friends, we don't want to say like, oh, it's always good.
No. They definitely
fair.
let me know if they're like, it's it's all right.
You could do better,
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
okay, this one's good. You got to keep this one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
Yeah, because I don't want to surround myself with people. I love when people can give me like good constructive criticism,
Mm-hmm.
not just they want to protect my feelings kind of things. Like,
Yeah,
oh no,
no.
this is good. Like, great job. It's like, no. You need to tell me if it's crap. Like,
Yeah.
Or where can I improve?
No, that's definitely important.
Yeah. So like, with the entertainment field, everybody at one point is prone to, negative thoughts and doubt.
Mm-hmm.
How do you battle that?
Do you ever battle that? So I guess for me, I motivate myself through I don't know, I guess just personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I've definitely been, I feel like I was always not always, but like definitely overlooked in some parts of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So carrying chips on your shoulder, you're just trying to prove yourself, and so that always keeps me going.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Are you the youngest?
No, I'm the oldest.
Oldest. Okay.
Yeah. But just chips on my shoulder from the past, and obviously my biggest role model in life is Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
And
really?
So, yeah. So
man, God rest his soul.
Mamba
man.
mentality. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest
Dude,
in peace.
I will always remember where I was when that happened. Like, I was in my apartment. I was right before I went to work, and I was just scrolling through my phone, and I literally thought it was one of those like
Those
celebrities' death hoax. You know?
Yeah.
Like where they would say like, "Oh, Jackie Chan, Morgan Freeman, they
Yeah.
passed and stuff," and it's just a hoax. I literally thought the Kobe one was such a hoax.
No, same.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and thinking, nah, went to work, nothing. And then everybody's talking about it, like, confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, that's real? Like, and they were like, yeah. Oh, man, dude, that
was crazy because, I grew up watching him. So,
mm-hmm.
Seeing him as, like, that immortal, that god in basketball, and then to hear that news, it's like, it just kind of just shakes you up a bit. And so,
Do you remember where you were when you
I was in bed. I woke up.
No.
I woke up with it was like 5 or 6 people messaging me about it.
No.
And then I was just like, "What are you talking about?" And I opened Instagram, and it's everything's about him, and I'm just like, "Yo, like, what is going on?" I was like, that was not a good day.
Especially now that you're in bed, you're going to sleep. You're like,
no, I like woke up to it.
Oh, you woke up to it. Oh, way to start the day.
Exactly. Nah, it was not it.
Oh no,
that hurt. That hurt. But like even before his death, he always motivated me. But after that happened, I definitely promised myself, Mamba mentality, like always,
Yeah.
Always. So like when I'm, when I'm down or unmotivated, I just ask myself, like, what would Kobe do?
Yeah.
Is he just gonna just sit there and do nothing, or is he gonna get up and work?
That's cool that Kobe is your inspiration. Obviously, like, with you doing music, you would think like, oh, it's another musician or something.
Right.
So that's really cool that it's somebody like Kobe. So I'm guessing you grew up with basketball at early age and all that.
Yeah, huge Lakers fan.
Yeah. My brother, he's a huge Shaq's fan.
Okay.
So he, no matter where Shaq went, he followed. And when Shaq and Kobe had that rivalry, like, oh man, I would always remember my brother just like yelling at the TV, and I wasn't a huge basketball guy. Like, I enjoyed it, but he was definitely the jock of the family, and that shit was intense. Like,
no, for sure.
I would watch interviews with them two, like separately, and just
Mm-hmm.
them talking about it. And oh man, I will always remember this Shaq interview where the lady asked him about Kobe, and he was just like, I don't know who that is. Like, who
Right.
is that? That name doesn't sound familiar. And it's
It's
just
too
like,
funny.
oh man, the drama.
No, that was like good times though. Good times.
Yeah, the highlight of basketball.
Yeah, those were great times. I miss it, man.
Oh man. Well, you got to be the Kobe of the DJ, and you're going to be like you're on the road
Striving
for it.
for it.
Yeah. So going on with that same thing, like what's something, like that's a good answer, but like what's something specific that you like to do? Like let's say you're at your place and it's like 5 o'clock, and you're feeling a little down for whatever the case may be, whatever's going on in your life. How do you, in the moment you're starting to feel that, how do you like try to combat it?
Combat it. So the one thing I learned about myself, when it comes to my mental, like my mental health and stuff, is music always is my escape.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically like house music. Like rap and stuff. They have lyrics, but I feel like the lyrics don't. I can't really relate to it.
Yeah.
Like nowadays rap especially. It's
Yeah.
just what it is.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
just not it to me personally. And so like with house music especially, it's all about the energy. It's about the feeling,
Yeah.
And so I always have like house music or something playing. It's always my escape. And so definitely this I just went back. I just got back from EDC Orlando this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I first went because I wanted to go, but I didn't know that was something that I actually needed in my life.
Good.
Going there and watching like Martinez Brothers and Michael Beebe, John Summit, Eli Brown, all these great artists. That I don't know, it just inspired me even more than ever.
I bet you couldn't wait to go home and then like, all
No,
right,
no,
I need to
exactly.
work on
Yeah.
something.
And more than that is more like I can't wait to be up there on that stage,
Same,
with
yeah.
them one day. And so, that's something I've always promised myself that.
Mm-hmm.
But after that past weekend, like it's the grind's even more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good. No, I love it because like I swear, like you guys with musicians and stuff, you're so much more bigger than me. I'm not talking about like following. It's like I love the passion, because everybody can relate with music. Music just hits the soul that much
Mhm.
different. And I feel like your grind is so much better, so much more passionate than my grind. All I'm doing is just interviewing you, editing it, and posting it
Nah.
out there. And I'll always try to post inspirational things like you got to keep grinding. Yeah, we're all tired, but you got to keep grinding.
Right.
But I think a music grind, you want to know what it is? It's because like it's so uplifting. It really is.
Yeah.
Like when like I like your, like how you talked about with your style, that and I remember it where you start off slow, small, and then you work
Mhm.
your way up, because also you don't want your fans to get too tired out
Right.
and stuff. Like so you do a good job of controlling the hypeness. And I don't know, like to me, I say like that's awesome, because you want to know why? Because not only are your fans enjoying it, but then you're enjoying it, watching them jump up and down
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So it's a positive
Definitely.
feedback loop. With podcasts, it's just like, all right, here you go. Watch it on your own time.
No. This is awesome what you're doing though. For
Yeah, I
real.
appreciate it.
I love it. But it's an awesome feeling seeing the crowd's, reactions to, a track that you dropped,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Nothing's better than seeing them dance.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So, how do you react to, like, I know, starting off, maybe in how long you been doing this? Let me ask.
So taking it seriously, it's been it's about like a year. About a year.
Okay, cool.
No, my first gig was on New Year's this past year.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which is just crazy to me because I don't know. I didn't really expect it to, for all of this to happen within this year.
Yeah.
So
And the momentum you've been getting.
Yeah. I definitely didn't expect it to roll this fast.
Yeah.
But
well, see,
definitely thankful.
And that's the other thing for you to keep in mind is, like, if you ever start to have another side of doubts or negative thoughts, remember it's that momentum that has got you here. So like, just shake it off, keep going, don't stop. But have you ever had like a moment where in your earlier shows or something, or do you still have that now where something you've been working on and you're like, okay, this is good, and then you play it on a show and maybe the crowd isn't like responding as much as you want it to?
I'm I mean, to a point,
Yeah.
something similar. The main thing that I had issues with when I first started my shows was my USB.
Oh
Um,
man, so technical
yeah,
stuff.
it's like the craziest things ever. Like you work on, like a couple weeks on a set, with a playlist,
Hmm.
of all the fire songs you want to play, and then you go up there, you're like, I'm ready. You plug in the USB, none of the waveforms show up, or the songs didn't transfer right, something like that. Like, and it's happened to me at least like 5, 6 times now. Yeah,
No.
and those were like all at the beginning of my, like my DJ career, and so like that really, it really puts yeah, definitely like put something in your mental, like mentally wise, like you're just like always like scared at that point.
Yeah.
And like even when I go up on stage now, I'm like worried if like if it's gonna transfer or not.
So like, do you have any some sort of contingency plan? Any backups
Yeah,
that
so
you try to
now
do
I actually on my keys, I have 4 USBs now on there. So if one doesn't work, I got 3 others at least.
with all
Like,
the same
yeah, yeah, yeah.
files?
Like I don't play around no more. After all of that, I was like, screw it. I'm definitely making copies. And
Yeah.
then my main USB that I use now, like I just bought like a really just overly expensive one just to do it. Just I don't care anymore. Like I
Yeah.
just want my music to work.
No, dude, I hear you. No, see,
So
like right here, this little red thing,
yeah.
little portable hard drive. Ever since like I told you about the audio of my other friend, like back in the couple of months ago when I messed that up, I was like,
Hmm.
never again. I lost the audio file. Now I have everything on backups on backups. Like
Yeah.
I am not messing
You
around.
gotta learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, once like, and that's the thing, like in a way, like I always appreciate mistakes because they are a great teacher, they're great
Hmm.
lessons. I just hate when they fucking happen, man.
No,
When
100%. I
they
totally feel
happen,
you.
you feel like shit. You're just like, ah, you know what? I'm not cut out for this. You want to flip a table? You're done.
No, that's how I felt on my first gig.
Yeah.
It's definitely like you're already up there. People are waiting for you, and then you got nothing to play. Like. And so
Sorry guys, I can't play.
Sorry.
No, it's like, sorry guys, I can't play.
No, no, yeah. I mean, there was one gig where like literally nothing showed up on my USB, and
Yeah.
so I actually just B2B'd with the guy before me. So he let me use his songs, and we were just sharing the decks together, and
Nice.
actually came out really well.
That's cool.
And so I'm definitely thankful that those issues were when I first started DJing, because that kind of taught me to first off bring extra multiple USBs, but then also it kind of taught me to freestyle, because when you don't have your cue points, you don't have your track list like set up, or like your crates set up right, you kind of just have to wing it. And
Yeah.
so from there, like at home now, I'm kind of practicing on not like practicing without planning,
Yeah.
if you get what I mean. So
Yeah.
I'm not planning out, I'm playing this and then this and then this. It's more like I have a crate and I just kind of just mess around. And I think that's the beauty of DJing,
Yeah.
where your creative flow can actually go in instead of just having everything planned out.
Yeah, I more power to you, especially with the freestyle, because I when my cousin would play, I remember just being curious. I just wanted to go right behind him, see the technical side of it, and I
Hmm.
didn't notice that there's a small screen, and
Right.
like for lack of a better term, it reminded me of like Guitar Hero. Have you ever played Guitar Hero?
Yeah,
Yeah, like with the notes coming down and
right,
all
right.
that. So it kind of reminded me of that. And so, and then he was telling me, yeah, sometimes you can't even use the screen. You have to go by ear. And I was
Right.
like, whoa, really? And yeah, I was just like, no, you know what? You can have the DJ stuff, but like, I'm good.
No, it's definitely a hard learning curve, I feel like, especially when I first started off. Like, I didn't really have any DJ friends.
Okay, so
When
you were
I,
the one in your group to
yeah,
start
so
it.
I kind of learned off of YouTube
Hmm.
and just self teaching, and so it was mad confusing at first, but YouTube is definitely a great
Dude, YouTube is the greatest
resource,
teacher.
man.
It
Like,
really is. For
it's
anything.
crazy.
I need to learn how to cook. Go on YouTube. I need to learn how to change a tire. Go on YouTube.
Yeah, no, for real, they got everything on there.
Yeah.
So when I first started off, I was always watching the videos of the camera above the DJ deck, so you can just see the deck and then the hands. So I was just watching those, while I'm eating or studying or, whatever I'm doing. I'm always just watching that, trying to figure out any little trick or tip I can learn from it.
And you're still watching it today?
Not as much. I mainly just watch more just live sets now.
Yeah.
Of like artists.
Because now you know the techniques.
Yeah. To a point. I mean, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Always room for improvement, but definitely got the general aspects down.
Yeah.
So I just kind of just watch like just live sets now.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the music and stuff.
Nice. What is something that you would like your fans to know about you?
Know about me?
Yeah.
Music is what I live and breathe.
Yeah.
I'll be at EDC one day, so just keep waiting. I'm also an aspiring tattoo artist, so
okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll be I'm trying to start taking bookings soon on that, but I've been working on that and practicing for a while. Definitely harder than I expected, but
yeah.
I feel like I have the hand for it because I've always enjoyed drawing growing up.
Yeah, and a steady hand too.
So yeah.
I've always said it. I'm a pussy, man. I'm afraid of needles. Like I will, if I could get a tattoo without a needle, all right, sign me up. But
you could get the sticker ones, the ones that stay up for like 3 days.
Right. Oh man, I just can't do it, man. I can't do needles and stuff. Like, and I'll go with somebody to watch them get a tattoo. I went with a buddy before, and I can look for a couple of minutes, but then I gotta look away. I'm just like, I cringe.
Yeah.
I'm a wuss.
No, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was like that too until I got my first one.
Yeah.
And then like I love it.
What was your first tattoo?
It was actually it was very simple because it was my first one. I was a little scared. So I just got a 24. It was for Kobe.
Yeah.
And so that definitely it's a tat that's very meaningful to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then from there it kind of just went on. I got something on my chest of my family's name. Nice. And so it's just been going from there, and I don't know. I just love the creativity of tattoos, because it's like it's more than just drawing, but it's like actually like it's like permanent on your body. It's like totally different than the painting.
And I think it's cool, like you would want to give somebody a tattoo, right? And I think it's cool because I was saying this to a buddy of mine. Like, I think it's a cool, like, passionate thing where somebody, like, say you were to go to a tattoo parlor and you're like, hey, I want to get 24. And it means a lot to you. And now it means a lot to the person giving you the tattoo, because now they're like, okay, I don't want to mess this up because it means a lot to you.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, majority of people who get tattoos, there's, some significant meaning to it.
Definitely, yeah.
I do want to know somebody who goes to a tattoo parlor and just like, I just want to screw up tattoo. Just give me that. Like, give me that on that. No meaning whatsoever.
No, yeah, I can't do that to myself.
Yeah, no.
I feel like everything I'm gonna get, if I get more in the future, definitely it's gotta. I feel like it has to have like a deep meaning behind it, I want to make it like a story of my life,
Yeah, no, that's what's up. I joke saying that I might get a tattoo if I ever become like famous, and I'll make it a charity event where it's like, all right, we'll put in a GoFundMe if we reach like 50K for like cancer research.
Right.
I'll get a tattoo or something.
That'd be dope.
Like I could see myself legit doing that and not looking back, but I'm not doing it for nothing. Like I'm too afraid of needles, man. I'm not.
I get it.
No
worries.
Knock me out and then give me the tattoo. Like, I'm fine with it.
No, yeah, I mean they be hurting on certain spots of your body for sure.
Yeah. And I just don't trust the people that go like, oh no, it didn't hurt. I'm like, you're such a liar. No.
Yeah, I mean, like the arm ones, they don't hurt.
Really?
Yeah, the chest one didn't hurt at all.
Really?
Yeah, it really didn't. It was more like it was almost like a little tickle of a needle just kind of scraping your skin.
I don't believe you.
No, I'm for real though.
No, I believe you. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I just maybe one day. I don't see it, but what about like for your fans to know, like right before you're about to get on set, how do you get into the mind? So like, let's say you have a show tonight at like, at 10 p.m. or something. What's your day like prepping for the show?
Prepping for the show, usually I always like to run through my track list, at home, before my show. But usually before my show, I definitely like to go early, check out the environment, check out the crowd. And then I do like to step out and sit in my car like in silence and just sit there and just try to get my mind together.
Yeah.
And just chill out for a little bit and then go up on, for showtime.
Nice.
Yeah. So definitely just, try to keep it chill and then bring out the real energy when I'm up on stage.
Yeah. You don't want to like hype yourself up too much and then like be drained when you get out there.
Yeah.
All right. No.
I know a lot of people like to, drink or smoke before, but I need like a sober mind to like, just focus.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I do better that way.
No, to each their own.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I know some people that they need to take a couple of shots before and they'll do great.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and then some people like I could see you as that, because I'm the same way. Whenever I'm doing something, I do like to try to have a sober mind, and then later we can have fun. But I don't know. There's just something about that focus and that intensity that. Like that pressure brings out the best of you.
Right.
Yeah. And then some people, I get it. Your friends are like, come on, man, you're stressing yourself out. You need a drink. And it's like, no, I like this stress. Like,
you got to focus.
Yeah. No, I get
Definitely.
it.
I see, a lot of the bigger artists, up on stage, they're just like drinking out of a bottle. I'm like, dang, man. Like Jack Daniels, like, dang.
Me, rum. Like, I'll just have a rum if I was performing.
Couldn't do that, but, I prefer my water.
Yeah, exactly.
On stage, yeah, definitely.
So like going back to it, so when you first got started, ballpark it, how long did it take? I mean, you've had experience with instruments, so like music sounds like they all follow a formula. But like how long would you say it took you to like start to understand? Are you tech savvy?
Yeah, I'm pretty tech savvy.
Yeah. So like I'm not in a way. So how long do you think it takes for somebody who's like, little to average tech to kind of understand the basics of mixing and spinning?
I feel like it's all about like the drive, the devotion, like just how bad you want it, honestly. Because like for me during COVID, I was, it took me a couple months, but it was like hours and hours per day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was driving my mom crazy in the kitchen. Like she was just like, turn it down. I'm like, no, like, I'm over here like playing house music and then, crazy like dubstep music, just jamming out. And so it's definitely like, I feel like if you're putting in consistent hours per day, and once you get the formula of, like just the basic formation of how like music works, in phrases and just the quick tricks and like looping and stuff. I mean, it shouldn't take that long, but if you're just kind of half-assing it, I mean, it's gonna take you forever.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, okay, so I remember saying this to my cousin when like practicing and stuff. Like, there's no way you can put in like headphones and stuff to practice so you don't bother anybody around, or is it one of those things like you have to listen to it?
I mean, like
through a speaker. I
mean, you could do it through your headphones. If you put on the headphone thingy, like the cue buttons. But the problem with that is that now you don't have the second way to hear the next track that you're trying to mix in.
Okay.
Because typically when you're DJing, you got the speakers playing, like, let's say track 1 that the audience is hearing. And then track 2 is what you're trying to bring in, And so that's what you're listening through your headphones.
Oh, I did not. I always wondered, like, because, like, you guys would always have the headphones like this, like one in, one out.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was for fashion. I'm not going to lie. I always thought it's just so you guys look cool, so you're just like...
Nah. No, typically we're probably just listening to the next song, trying to beat match it,
Okay.
and then trying to see if it sounds
That
right.
makes way
right.
more. You just blew my mind. That makes way more sense because I legit thought it was just like, oh, you guys want to look cool, which you guys
No.
are cool. But okay, so what they hear on the speakers different from what you're hearing in your headphones.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what the DJ's hearing through the headphones is probably the next song that they're trying to bring in, or just better quality of what they're hearing like from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes there's like sound delays, or something's muffled. Sometimes you don't have booth speakers pointing at you.
Oh yeah.
So
Because
yeah.
mostly the speakers, like if I'm on stage, the speakers are in front of me for the crowd.
Right.
So like and it being loud, I can imagine that like what you're hearing is probably like
A little off.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah, there's a little delay, and so that's why there's booth speakers too. So there's like smaller speakers that are pointing at the DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there's always that quality sound, but some gigs don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of have to work with what you got.
So you just blew my mind. I did not know that. So what's something when you were learning blew your mind? Like, oh wow, I didn't know this.
Probably one like something similar to that was when I think it was at the Sundays one.
Oh really?
There was a lot of echoing, or something was off with the speakers for me compared to some of the other gigs. There was like a delay, and so I had trouble beat matching there at that set specifically, I remember. So definitely was kind of upset about that. Talked to my DJ friend Tima, and something he recommended to me was to actually listen, like put both cues on for both tracks and listen to it through your headphones. So now you're eliminating that delay and you're listening through it to your headphones, so you don't have to deal with the delay. You get what I'm saying? So like you're listening to the quality sound through your headphones. And so that's something that, I didn't really know, but it's such a simple thing. But, when I realized that, it helped me so much more.
That's
awesome. For
awesome.
my future shows.
There you go.
Because, when you're playing in a club or, a gig, it's loud. And sometimes things are muffled or things aren't clear enough. So rather than hearing it through the speakers that the audience is hearing it through, just throw on your headphones. I mean, it works way better.
Yeah. Wow. No, and that's awesome. Good on your friend to teach you that, something like that you didn't have to change something dramatic, something small.
And then, just quick tips,
Yeah, a huge impact on your show. That's awesome. Do you have I know this might be a little controversial, but not really. Do you have a favorite club, one, or like one of your favorite events that like so far holds a special place in your heart?
There's a couple for sure. Obviously the block parties that Twisted Lines, has been throwing over the summers.
Yeah.
Those were crazy, man.
Yeah, I've seen you post it on your Insta, and I'm like, damn, I really want to go to that.
Yeah, those were crazy. Like we booked out the whole underground Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then we're just throwing down techno and house till like 6 a.m, which is like nothing beats that. And it's like open air. The main stage is outside, so like the whole Atlanta is just hearing techno. Till 6 a.m. I don't even know how that got approved. But those were some crazy experiences. Being able to play for that, and then I actually got to close with Madison. At the end at around 5 a.m. And so that was a great experience. And then Odyssey after. So shout out Johnny for that, for getting me some of those gigs there. I got to, play some of my first like headlining shows there.
Oh, so you've headlined now?
Yeah, I mean, it was more of like my own show. It was like a 3 to 6,
nice.
3 to 6 a.m. Just me playing. And I had my boy JP, or most people know him as Don Genesis. He was pulling up, and we would B2B together sometimes there. So those were some great times. And obviously, my first set, it was a very high anxiety, but that'll always be, I'll never forget that. So shout out Twisted Lines for that. I love all those people, man. Like,
yeah.
There's some awesome people out there. So
like with Twisted Lime, are you a regular?
I want to say a regular. I play for them, a decent bit, them and Parallax.
Okay.
But I'm not like a resident for them or nothing. But definitely have a good relation with them. Close with a lot of the resident DJs there.
Mm-hmm.
And so
We got to get you to be a resident at one. Like,
hey, I'm working on it. But no, it's always a grind.
no, it's always a grind. But I'm just saying, people, you guys are missing out. Sign my boy. Like, you won't be disappointed. I got to go to one of your shows again, man. Like, it was so dope. And like, I know it's so like cliche. And again, I'm new at this. Is that everybody's sound is just it's so different, and in a great way, where like, one, you don't know what to expect. Like, you really don't. Like, I know maybe your friends, those who your crew and stuff, who's been around you for years now, that they kind of know what to expect and stuff. But I'm telling you, to the average person like myself, you don't know what to expect, and it's just a joy, especially when you know what you're doing, and you're passionate about it, you're grinding it, and it shows, and it's cool, man. It's hype, it's awesome, and
appreciate it, man.
It's definitely my crowd, and like, I miss it. And right now I'm in school and the Thanksgiving break, and I'm just like, man, I really need to let loose. Like, so I gotta go to one of your shows, man.
No, you definitely should pull up. I just played like my first like out of state one this past weekend.
Where at?
I played in Chattanooga.
Hey, hometown. There you go.
DJ Mystery Box's birthday, so he let me hop on the decks there. So it was a cool experience there. I got a couple more things lined up in December.
Okay.
So
yeah, shout them out. Like, are they definite now?
Yeah. So like Arcadia. I don't know if you heard of Arcadia. They're more of an underground promoting show as well. Them, and also Underground Creations. They're a group up in Dalton, Georgia. So I used to play with them like earlier this year. So I play with them regularly, and then so they hit me up like yesterday actually to play again for them. So I think I'm playing for them on the 10th. So it should be exciting.
December 10th? All right, people, look out. December 10th. You got to.
So it should be fun.
Nice. So what's your goal with all this? Like, well, you're going to school for fashion and marketing. So what's your like short-term goal? I define short-term goals as something accomplishable in like 2 to 3 months, something not too long. And then what's your long-term goal? Like, what's the end goal for you?
For sure. So 2-3 month goal, like a short-term goal. I'm working on my first single to be dropped.
Hey.
And so I plan on dropping that on my birthday, January 5. So that's coming up soon. So as long as I drop that, I'll be happy with that. Just trying to get residencies, or just, get more bookings. You can never have too many bookings, in my opinion. So I'm always trying to do that. Long-term goal wise, I would love to get signed to a label, once I'm more, out there with my producing game. So getting signed, and then obviously, playing at, my favorite festivals, like EDC or, Ultra.
Speaking of festival, like, what's one festival that, like, if you could pick any of them, and I know it's hard, but like, if you can pick any festival to play at, which one would it be?
Probably EDC.
EDC.
EDC is just so, man, it's just a vibe there compared to, like, I went to Lost Lands this past year too.
Yeah. See, I thought you were gonna say Lost Lands. Everybody says Lost, or Tomorrow World.
The Tomorrow World is crazy too. I've never been yet, but Lost Lands is more like bass music. It's just only bass music,
Oh, okay.
So I don't really spin bass music as much. I'm more like house and stuff. So EDC, or like Movement, that's up in Detroit. It's a really cool festival. I haven't been to that yet either, but I do want to go maybe this year. That's mainly just like a house techno type of festival.
Nice.
But at EDC this year, it was just I don't know, it was just crazy. I ditched my whole group because we were at one of the bigger stages, and I just wasn't feeling the music. I was like, man, I need my house music, so I just ditched the group of like 9 people, and I just went by myself into the jungle of people at Neon Garden at the house tent. It was just such a vibe. I loved it.
Nice.
And so, Yeah, definitely EDC.
All
And
right.
their setup there is like it's literally like an adult Disney World.
Yeah.
They got like the carnival, they got lights, Ferris wheels, they
I
got
know my cousin went to that and he was showing me pictures and I was just like, I,
is
I
it
gotta go to
yeah,
this.
it's
What?
crazy, man. It gets
Yeah.
wild. It's too fun.
Oh man, yeah, no, one day I'll definitely go. But I remember again back when I was ignorant with the whole DJ thing. Which is it? It was one of the festivals. You might be able to name which one, but they had like I think three stages. Like it was a square,
Mhm.
and they had literally three stages and like three different artists playing. And I remember thinking that was the dumbest thing ever. I was like, why? Like, how are you gonna play? Because again, I'm used to like just one rock star, one hip
Yeah.
hop artist on stage. You go to the Tabernacle, you go to
Right.
Fox or whatever, and they're playing. You go for them, and I'm like, how are you gonna have three with the music overlapping and all that stuff? But he recorded some samples of him being there, and it just sounded beautiful, man. And I was just
Yeah.
like, never mind, I'm an idiot. Like I get it. Like I gotta go to one.
No, yeah, I feel like going to one definitely just totally changes your outlook on it,
I think it
especially
does.
because I mean that's what happened to me too, because I thought EDM, just electronic music in general,
Hmm.
I was not a fan of it. Like my friends would
Yeah.
play it, I'm like, turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Like where's Kodak? Where like I wanted that type of music, but then I don't know, it just changed.
I know, cause I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, uh, I mean, I don't know how old are you? I'm 29,
No, 23.
23. Okay,
Mm,
so like, when I was younger, especially in high school, like before dubstep started like coming back, I was always like, and I know house music is apparently like from the 70s. Apparently,
I guess so. Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that. I had a friend tell me about this. I was just uh, like techno. That term was looked down on. It's like, oh, no one listens to techno and stuff like that. Like techno's for like the mega nerds or something like that. And then it made a huge comeback, and now it's
Mhm.
like I would argue even more popular than, like, I would say top three genre for sure. Not even just techno itself, but like EDM music
Mhm. Right.
overall. But yeah, I was just like, yo, where did this whole it came from? Like this whole trend. I honestly thought it was gonna fade. Uh,
Nah, I
Again,
don't think
before
it'll
before
fade.
I liked it, I thought, oh, this is just a fad. It's gonna
Right.
fade. But no, it's here to
Nah,
stay, and
it's still
good.
growing too, especially Atlanta. I mean, the scene here is just growing. It's growing a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh,
So
Atlanta's like the music place. It
yeah,
used to be, New York and California, but now Atlanta's, people didn't see that one coming. So that's
no, not
great.
at all.
Yeah.
Especially like during COVID, during the peak of COVID, like clubs are shutting down, jobs are getting cut, and then we're over here, like we got twisted lines that are throwing stuff in, car shops or warehouses, like
Yeah.
just underground stuff. And it's like when I first discovered them back in, I think, around last year, I went to the first twisted lines that I've ever been to. I was hired as their photographer, so I
Nice.
didn't know what to expect. And I went there and I saw like Don Genesis, Wise and Nexus, and a couple other DJs, and it was just like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like this is crazy. Like I walked into like an abandoned like car shop. I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? You know? And it was like sketch at first, but then when you realize that it's just like a vibe, like
Hmm.
it's almost better than in a club.
Yeah.
I prefer it way more than a club now. Like just like the underground stuff is just, it's amazing to me. I love
Yeah.
it.
No, like that one I remember one of your pictures, one of the undergrounds where the escalators like were right
Mm-hmm.
behind you.
Yeah.
I literally, one, it's a cool picture. If you guys follow you should look it up. And I just remember looking at that, and it was like red lights and stuff, and I just thought, where are you? This is like so cool. Like this looks like people were just like, hey, let's set up shop here and let's have fun.
Exactly.
And so that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, you just make if it works, it works.
Yeah. As long as you have an outlet, plug it in,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's put the
Yeah,
music.
man. I mean, Shakes and Christian, those two really they're really on the grind, pushing, the underground scene like crazy, and it's awesome. So it's awesome to see them grind like that.
Nice. So speaking of grind, what's let's say your day's free, you have no shows this day, like what's your average day? Like how do you grind? Like you wake up, walk us through your day and your grinding methods.
Let's see, wake up, just do my normal, like shower, whatnot, all of that stuff. I like to hang out with friends a lot too.
Mhm.
So, do that. But then when it comes to like grinding, definitely I have my own little studio at home,
Nice.
with my DJ deck and my speakers and stuff. So I'm always there, just vibing, trying to just come up with different stuff, just experimenting. Um After that, go to my desk, and I've been learning Ableton for a while now.
Nice.
So I'm really trying to, that curve is insane too. Like I don't know how these professional guys are, making these sounds.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, figure that out still. So that takes, a lot of my time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, maybe, go hang out with more friends or chill, and then, pick up my tattoo machine from there, and just sitting there, just working on stencils and just on like practice skin and stuff. So just trying to stay productive,
Yeah. So when you're not hanging out with friends, you're productive. Like
Yeah, I try to be. I try
Yeah.
to be. I do catch myself on Netflix sometimes. I'm like, what am I
nothing wrong
doing?
with that.
But I definitely try to stay busy. Cause it's either that or I'm working. Cause everybody got bills to pay, so
Exactly.
I hate it. But
Hey, one that's the dream. That's the goal, is that one day you get to pay your bills with the things you love.
no, exactly.
That's the goal.
Exactly. Do what you do, and do what you love.
Yeah. Do you see, since you're in fashion and marketing, I was gonna say fashioning, or like mixing up the words. Do you see yourself like picking over one of the other, or do you see yourself like being able to do both, like once you graduate? And
Definitely music is my top priority.
Mhm.
At this point, I'm kind of just in school just to graduate. I'm so close. I got like a quarter left.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm so close. So I might as well just graduate. But definitely later on, I definitely want to start my own brand one day.
Mhm.
That was my original. Fashion was like my passion before music. I started off as a bio major, actually, trying
Oh,
to be a
really?
doctor. My freshman year, and that went south real quick.
What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
Man, them test scores, bro.
Oh,
No, I can't do it.
I get you.
I couldn't do it. I study or don't study, and my results are still the same.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
I'm
God, bruh. I did that with my midterm this year. Like for a government class, I was studying. I was being so disciplined. Come the midterm, I get like a 76. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
yeah, like it. I'm like, this isn't for me, and I couldn't see myself in a white gown calling myself a doctor, anyways.
Yeah.
So I definitely just try to really think about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then from there, I transferred to a different school. I went to UT in Knoxville.
Oh, wow.
I went there for a quarter as a business administration. And then from there, I was like, I
Still
don't
not
know. It's
there.
still not the thing I want.
Yeah.
And then from there, I literally just called my mom out. I called my mom up and was like, hey, I'm dropping out and I'm going to fashion school. And then she was like, what are you talking about? I literally dropped out that next day, moved out, came back home, and I think I took like a 6-month break and then moved out to Atlanta for SCAD.
Nice.
And that was my passion. I still enjoy fashion a lot.
Yeah.
Still plan on doing something within fashion, but music definitely
Is the priority.
Yeah, it really piqued my interest over the past like 2 years.
So
And
like
so-
basically, if you work for like a fashion company, the moment your music debuts, you can see yourself going like, all right, I need to focus on this 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I've been
Ain't nothing
working
wrong
in
with that, yeah.
I've been working in retail, with like Louis Vuitton and a couple others,
Mm-hmm.
for the past like 2 years, but the scheduling, in retail is pretty harsh.
Oh yeah. And my
when you're trying to fit
sister-in-law
that in
is
with
in Michael Kors.
yeah, like weekends are always a must, and then
Mhm.
you're working early to late, So I kind of had to go back into the restaurant industry for now because it's more easier on my schedule with like DJing.
Yeah.
Cause there was days where, man, like I DJ till 6 in the morning, going to work at 8 in the morning. Like I don't know what I was doing. Like it's crazy times. So like I couldn't do that every week or anything. So
Do
I
you
had
drink
to,
energy drinks?
huh?
Do you drink energy
Yeah,
drinks?
yeah, yeah. Right. I mean, I need to be sponsored by Red Bull at this point.
At
But
this point,
at
right?
this point, yeah.
Oh God, energy drinks will kill me. I try to stay away from them. I legit thought I had a heart attack during my midterm. I haven't had an energy drink in years, and then I had a rain with 300
Rain.
it has like that Spartan helmet kind of thing.
Really, I've never heard of it.
You
That's
never heard of it?
crazy.
I don't recommend it. It's the same as Bang. It has the same caffeine content as Bang, 300 milligrams. I'm just used to coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and I took this energy drink, and legit, my heart was like beating so fast. I got so dizzy, but I was focused. I did my test, and I was awake. But then the moment you crash, you crash.
Yeah, no, the crash sucks.
No,
for
so
sure.
never again. I freaking almost died.
I'm glad you're good.
Yeah, I'm just exaggerating. I didn't almost die, but it felt like it when that crash
No,
because I'm not
yeah.
used to energy drinks.
Yeah, I
Uh,
feel you.
but yeah, no, I totally get that with the grind, working at a restaurant, working at retail, just to pay the bills, make the passion grow. But it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen you work hard, man. Like, it's gonna happen. It's just a
Appreciate
matter
it,
of
man.
when, not if.
Yeah, exactly. It's just give it a couple years. If not, maybe 10 years. I mean, it'll still be worth it.
I'm jealous of you. You got a quarter left at SCAD. I still got like 3 years for school because I
Yeah,
just started. I started this year, so it's just like
hey, I mean, honestly, it's good for you to get back into it.
no, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Man, thank God for you saying that because I was so stupid and arrogant, stubborn, all the words. I was like 25 and somebody told me to go back to school and I was like, oh, it's too late for me. I'm a 25-year-old kid. Like
You're
I'm still young.
Still young.
And then I finally made the decision when I was 28 and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going back to school.
Yeah,
Like
no.
and I'm so happy. It's one of the best decisions
Good
I've
for
ever
you.
made.
No, that's
But
a
yeah,
good choice.
I just hate young me and some young people in general when they say like they think they know the world or they're just like, oh, I'm too old for this. You're young. You still
Right.
got time.
Right.
You're still in your prime.
Like for me too, like I'm only 23, but sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too late,
Yeah.
But then like you look at it, I'm only 23. Like
Exactly,
like,
man.
I got a whole 50 years at least left in me, so
And
just gotta keep grinding.
and you have an ending with school, like you said, you have a quarter left,
Mm-hmm.
and then right after that, I don't doubt for 1 second things are gonna skyrocket. Like I just don't doubt that because you're
appreciate
already
it.
a hardworking dude. So I don't see you being in the restaurant industry for too long. Like you're gonna try to make use of your degree while you
Right.
have it. I mean, you
Definitely.
spent shit tons of money on it, and then it's only gonna help your music career as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and because I've always said this too, like every single hobby is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well try to get a good job and that pays well and stuff so you can redirect that money into your passion.
Yeah, to fund it.
Exactly. And sooner or later, restaurant, retail doesn't cut it.
No, for real. Like
You got to upgrade.
that new setup I'm trying to get's like 4 or 5K. Like it's like overly expensive. But
Yeah.
I need it. But it's just a grind to get it. So
No, I understand that, man. No, I understand that. I'm trying to upgrade my studio, get some new microphones, another set of boom arms. My goal is to be able to have 4 people.
Oh really?
On. So like that'd be dope. I'm
that'd
upgrading
be
my
awesome.
table. That's coming in hopefully this week.
Okay.
I gotta work on it maybe a little bit tomorrow, but yeah, I'm slowly upgrading certain things, and I did the math. Like some on Amazon, some on other websites. I did the math, and it's like 2,500, and I was just like,
yeah, money, man.
it's money.
It's money. It's so it sucks. It sucks.
Let me win the lottery.
No, for real. Share it with me too.
Yeah, exactly. All around. So what specific advice would you give to somebody to get started? Somebody that they come up to you and they're like, "Hey, you I don't know shit about DJs and stuff, like, but I'm inspired by you. I want to get started. Like, how can I get started? What's something specific?
Something specific. For me personally, it was like YouTube. It was a great resource for me. But it's something. I mean, I got friends that want to get into DJing too. Recently, and I've been helping one of them specifically a lot, especially. Something that will help you is you just gotta keep practicing. You
Yeah.
can't just like half-ass it. It's not gonna work that way. And starting, if you're thinking about doing it, just do it now. Like start now. It's never too late. Start now, because like for me, I wish I picked up a DJ, a controller when I was like 14. Like I feel like I'd be in a much different place than what I am now if I picked it up when I was 14 compared to 21 or 20.
Yeah.
And so just picking it up and just knowing that there's a learning curve. You won't become a professional overnight. Carl Cox didn't do it. Martin Garrix didn't do it.
Yeah.
Nobody did it overnight. It always takes years.
Yeah.
So just keeping your head up, even though things just don't look that great.
Yeah.
Like a transition might be crappy, but like I mean, you're still at least trying.
Yeah. When you picked up your first controller, like obviously fast forward to now, you're doing great. But like when you picked up your first controller, did you battle that like
Yeah, for
that learning
sure.
curve scared you? Because I could see this myself if I picked it up and I was like so inspired, and the moment I hit that learning curve, I'll put it away for a couple of weeks before I try again. Be like, you know what, this was a mistake.
Because it's like not what you're expecting.
Yeah, you're already looking to throw down. Like, oh hey, here we go. I got this.
And especially for like someone that doesn't DJ like fully yet, like it just looks like you're just up there pressing buttons.
It really
looks
does.
too easy.
Yeah.
But it really isn't. Like there's a lot more that goes into it. So
I know there is, and like you're right, and I believe you 100%. It's just it's like this. Like I will see a DJ going like this, and then like turning some knobs, but then they'll go ahead and throw their hands up, and they'll party with the other people, and I'm like, you're not doing shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's part of DJing as well.
Yeah.
Is, obviously you're mixing, but you're also engaging with the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel like I'm still trying to work on is engaging with the crowd as a DJ.
Are you too focused on the board?
Yeah. I feel like I'm still too focused on just trying to mess with the knobs and just trying to just have fun, make things sound different. And so I'm trying to get more eye contact with the crowd, use my hands more, hype up the crowd more. And so I think it's a process of blending both of them together.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're just up there trying to hype the crowd up, you're gonna miss the mixing part.
I don't blame you. See, I don't blame. I think I would do what you do because my guess is I might be able to go like, and then but like I can't take my hands away. It's an instrument.
Yeah. So definitely, I think there's like sweet spots where the track's a really good part where you don't have to do anything, and that's a good chance for you to just engage with the crowd, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, you got something to work on, like for yourself. But do know though, like, do take it easy on yourself, knowing that like, I think if I were to go to one of your shows, and I'm not just saying this, I rather the music sounds right than you partying with the crowd.
Right.
Like I rather the music goes, because like nothing's worse than when you're playing an instrument and then you missed a note,
right?
And then people are like, "Oh, that took me off."
On? Yeah.
Does this guy got it?
Definitely.
So I'd rather you get it than party with us.
Right.
But I understand that, hey, it's something to work towards. There's no reason why you can't do it.
Yeah, definitely a big part in it.
What about when somebody starts and they get past that learning curve, now it's about putting themselves out there. Like, how do you yourself put yourself out there to try to talk to promoters?
Yeah, so I've been trying to talk with promoters. I've been trying to get a lot of out of state stuff now. Trying to just like expand my I guess what would you call it, like brand awareness.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just get my name out there more out of state now. And so with that comes, obviously you need to have good relationships with promoters,
Mm-hmm.
and still, like manager wise, that's a very important part. Booking agents,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Do you still do it, you as an individual? Do you have any friends or anybody you try to that tries to help you out by managing you?
Yeah, so I got a specific DJ that's been he offered to help me with
Nice.
booking and stuff. And he's been a great mentor to me. So we're still working on a lot of that. But definitely to put yourself out there, I've actually asked a lot of bigger names in Atlanta, DMing them on Instagram, like what's your biggest tip, because it's the best, the best thing you can do is learn from the best,
Mm-hmm.
in that city. So something that most of them said was, you got to produce. You can't just be up there spinning everybody else's tracks. You need to produce, make your own sound, your own style, and play your own stuff too. And I think that's what I've been working towards.
Mm-hmm. Like
It's
with your single coming out.
yeah, exactly. So like it's hard to learn DJing and producing at the same time. So my plan was to focus on DJing and then get the foundations of that down and then start learning to produce. And so now I'm on that producing part now.
Nice.
So, it's just it's a process, man. It's definitely a
I know,
process.
because I've said this to my cousin that I want him to, because I mean, I understand, I don't blame the DJs, because you're using other people's music, and so you'll put it on like maybe SoundCloud,
Mm-hmm.
for copyrights and stuff like that. But I've always said to my cousin, yo, I need you to make your own original song, make it available on like the Apple Store, Spotify, so I can
Right.
download it on my phone. So, because I put shuffle on my music, but like I would love to be able to share your music with other people, have them be
Exactly.
able to buy it, download it.
Right.
So yeah, no, I would. The moment you come out with your single, I'm gonna be the first one to get it. If you need me to promote it, I'm gonna promote it,
I
and we gotta
appreciate it,
have
man.
gotta have you back on the show, talk about it. But
For sure.
but yeah, I'm glad that you set a date. That's like the most important thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people are like, oh, I'm gonna try to get this down next month, but if you don't put a specific date, then most people
Yeah,
are
man.
keen to pushing it
Yeah, yeah,
back.
yeah. No, I'm trying to drop it on my birthday, like for sure. So it'll be my first single, so it's a very special,
Hell
song to
yeah.
me. Definitely one that on my 24th birthday. It's Kobe year. You know what I
Hey,
mean? So
hey, it
like,
all makes sense. It's all
yeah.
coming back.
So everything, it just all comes back in a circle. So it'll be a very important part of my life, I guess.
Dude, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So yeah, no, you need to get to it. And so I want to listen to it,
Yeah, I'm trying to. It'll be very groovy. It's gonna be catchy. I'll tell
Oh
you that.
man.
It'll be
Do you
catchy.
already have a title for it?
So I think I do. It's gonna be Hotel Lobby. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what it's probably gonna be named.
Yeah.
But I might switch it up. But
Eh,
it's got a catchy phrase in it.
nice.
So
Nice.
well,
So before you go, what are, because I'm gonna write it down, what are like at least 3 artists that I should listen to besides you? What are some 3 artists that like right now, like, yo, go on YouTube, listen to these 3 artists. You can listen to whatever
so
songs, but you gotta listen to these 3 artists.
so what I would one of my favorite sets is John Summit set at Club Space. Gotta watch that, Club Space Miami. So John Summit, Club Space. Any of Eli Brown's. Eli Brown. Honestly, one of my favorite songs by him is probably like Fading to Black. But his sets are just amazing. Um, Lastly, I'd throw like I'm a big fan of Chami.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look up his I think it was his sunrise set. That's a really good one. He plays up on like a huge tower. It's crazy, and it's like during sunrise, so it's like early morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a
Oh,
vibe.
hell yeah.
So those are 3 dope sets you should check out.
Okay.
I'm actually working on lining up like recording a set on Stone Mountain. So I mean,
Hey.
I'm gonna do that with my friend Ryan soon. He's got a drone and he hit me up about it. So we're gonna record a dope set up there. So
Hell
I'll send
yeah.
that through to you. So it should be a cool set.
Oh man, dude, I'm so excited. Where can people follow you and keep up with your music and all that?
My Instagram, that's where I'm most active. GYU It's a GYU. I also have Facebook, SoundCloud. They're all GYU. But yeah, I mean that's.
And what's your upcoming show? You said December 10th. Where at?
Yeah, it's, December 10th would be at Arcadia. It's Arcadia LLC on Instagram, and also a week before that, I'll be at Underground Creations. That'll be at Teanock, in Dalton.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
Okay, and you said a week before that. So what date?
December 4.
This.
December 4 and December 10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, people, you heard it. Check him out. He's awesome. Gyu, man, it was a pleasure to have you.
Hey,
I know this table's super long.
I'm getting a new one
No, you're
sooner
good.
or later. But hey, man, thank you so much. We're gonna have you back on. This is not the last time. And
For
thank
sure.
God finally to have you on.
No, for real. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on here, for real. I appreciate
All right.
it.
Well, I appreciate you, man. It was an honor.
No
All right,
problem.
take it easy, guys. Peace.